Lad, I heard the engine turning in the old Ford outside. You were leaving me again today. You convinced me again today. You're leaving this hot town looking for someone else's golden ring. Should have said so long, Susanna. Hush now, don't you cry. So long, Susanna. Don't you cry for me. Sharing jeans and cigarettes and keeping warm out on the road. Chasing down a lifestyle out on Highway 24. New York State was a rolling breeze and the sunshine with the blue sky falling to the chill of old September creeping in. You leaving me again today. You convinced me again today. You're leaving this hot town looking for someone else's golden ring. Should have said so long, Susanna. Hush now, don't you cry. So long, Susanna. Don't you cry for me. Yeah, that was a good boy. Oh, you sang the whole song so good. Yeah, that's a good doggy. You make the people so happy, Champy. Good evening, good friends. Thursday night at the AI Learning Lab. Champ is in a good, fine spirit. I am in a better mood than last night. I was cranky.
You could make money with ChatGPT.
Yeah, there was none of that happening. I don't mean to cause you any trouble. Didn't mean to cause you any pain. Only one time to see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. All right, everyone. So let's get this going. Do me a favor. Share the live. TikTok doesn't like us tonight. Tappity tap the screen. Let's let TikTok know. No, we really like Champy singing. We could do without the dude with the guitar, but we like the dog. Yeah, my glasses are dirty. Got a little beef stew on the glasses. And what else? Oh, send this to your friends. Send the live to your friends. Just share the live. Share it with people that you think it'll piss off. Why are you sending me stuff about AI? You know I don't like AI. What are you doing? That's all you talk about anymore. Now you're sending me TikToks of some old man talking about artificial intelligence? What? I thought we were friends. Have that conversation. Bring him here. I'll talk to him. Good evening, Ghost. How do you feel artificial intelligence intertwines with God, Christianity, and religion? I don't know. I think everyone believes whatever they want to believe. I think that to the extent that religion is based in language, you have... I'll tell you what you can do with large language models that is actually really hard to do with humans. You can talk about all of those issues with a large language model, and it knows everything. Oh, thank you very much, Don. Don Furball McGee. Thank you so much for the parade of gifts. This is very exciting for me. They just keep coming. If you talk to humans about things like religion and ethics and politics and all that sort of stuff, it's just a minefield of things you can't talk about. Or if you talk about them, you know you're going to be in a fight. What happens with large language models is you can actually have a remarkably nuanced conversation about the differences between this religion or that, or this political view and that, or this issue. You know, there are certain issues right now, you literally can't talk about them. Because the minute you say the word, both sides of the news make sure that whenever anyone mentions that word, we're going to hate them because we know they're on the other team, right? So I think that there is a non-zero possibility. That's a very geeky kind of term. I think there is a non-zero possibility that AI and large language models will increase spirituality, understanding, acceptance, empathy, compassion. You know, the stuff like those institutions are supposed to be about, but sadly aren't in too many cases. So I think it could be a good thing. But we're not going to talk about any specifics here, nor politics. Because A, I don't really give a shit, and B, I don't feel like getting kicked off this app or, in a raging screaming match over nothing. All right, have you played with Infinity AI Video Creator in Discord? No, I played with it in... I think I played with it in Discord. Here's the thing. Here's what they did. Like, you could mock up Infinity Video Recorder with about 2 hours on HeyGen, making some models, and a little bit of, bot programming experience for Discord, or just have ChatGPT program it for you. So I think it's got the potential to be interesting. So for those of you that don't know what it is, Infinity Video, it says script to video, which is not really true. You sort of give it a topic, and then what it does is it writes a 5-line script or a 6-line script, 1 line for each character, on some random set of characters that they have pre-baked. And they're there's like the guys from the All In podcast are in there, and I don't know, there's other people in there. And it just writes the script, and then those two have a conversation. So now, if it took what you wrote a longer script, and chose people out of history and dynamically generated them, then it would be interesting. But it's not doing that right now, so I don't think it's all that interesting. Grok AI is a no for me. Yep, Grok. Well, so there's 2 different Groks. Grok, Grok, from Elon Musk, as it stands on X, is useless. It's just a steaming pile of trash. The Grok.com is a hardware preview for Grok AI chips, which are their large language model inference chips. They're super fast. So that's super cool. And then the fact that the fact that Elon Musk open sourced the weights of Grok to the developer community, it remains to be seen if it's valuable or not. It's a massive, it's a 314 billion parameter mix of experts model. For what the specs are, it should be way fucking better than it is on Twitter, but it's not. So we'll see what the developer community can do with it. What types of business is AI best suited to disrupt? All of them. And I know that's kind of a shitty thing to say. Any business that is computer mediated is how I'm thinking about it. Any business that uses computers, which is almost all businesses, right? So it could be like, wow, my mechanic's doesn't use computers. Well, does he take credit cards on his phone? Then he's using computers, because that's going to change, right? How we pay is going to change. How he does marketing is going to change. How he does his books is going to change. How he does his taxes is going to change. Are you an accountant? That's really going to change. Are you a lawyer? That's going to get completely obliterated. Are you in creative services? Holy fucking shit. Are you a consultant? Are you a project manager? Do you use computers? If you use computers, especially if you use computers to do your work, you're going to be massively disrupted. Now, in what order? I don't know. Like the creative market. Look. My watch is telling me I'm operating in a loud environment. If I keep it up for too long, I could damage my hearing. I'm such a fucking loud talker. The creative industry right now is quaking in their boots a bit, and understandably so. I saw a really good post today on LinkedIn, though, that talked about that the creative business was about to get decimated, and it's AI's fault. And he said, but keep reading. And basically what he was talking about is that even though the way we do things now is about to get obliterated, what's coming is an absolute renaissance explosion of creativity. Why? Because as these tools get better and give us skills that we didn't have before, everyone can be creative. Everyone can be analytical. Everyone can do data analysis. Everyone, right? Everyone can do all these things. Everyone can write songs. Everyone can do this. The current status quo, if you don't want that to change, you're in trouble. If you say, well, I'm creative, but I'm curious, or if you say, well, I've always wanted to be creative, this sounds interesting. What's happening is all skills over the next 3 to 5 years, all skills are going to be completely democratized. Like completely. Well, not completely. Anyone who has access to these tools and has computers is going to have access to the skills. And so what happens is you just, instead of high-end creative only being developed by a handful of people, which is the way it is now, everyone is going to have the opportunity to do something creative. You'll still have an equal amount of competition in the marketplace for people's attention, and really good work is still going to rise to the top. Who does that really good work is likely going to change. Boss asked me if I was in charge, what I would do with AI. Said a task SM team, small team, to put us out of business. Oh, Kavruna, that happened. Oh, that's awesome. That's, well, fucking far out for one thing. So Kavruna works in a big company, and she's been living out loud with this AI stuff, and it was weird. It started with like people at lunch going, hey, could you show me AI? And then she got invited to different meetings and then bigger meetings, and now the big boss said, hey, If you were running this thing, what would you do with it? And her answer is, I'd put together a small task force. I would fund a small task force, especially if I'm a big company. Fund 10 or 20 people that are passionate about it, that represent different areas of the business, and I would task them with figuring out how to put the bigger company out of business and support them. And try not to be Kodak. If you don't know what happened with Kodak, do you know what happened with Kodak? Kodak had some pesky little inventors down in the bowels of, where was it, Albany? Syracuse, New York? Where was Kodak? Albany? I don't know. And they went off and invented the digital camera. And they went upstairs, I assume it was upstairs, to the big boss area and said, hey, big bosses, look, we've invented the digital camera. And the big bosses were like, that's cute there, Skippy. That's real cute. Digital camera, pixels. Let me educate you what business we're in here. We're in the silver halide business. It's about chemicals here at Kodak. The more pictures people take, the more chemicals we sell. We don't want these pesky digital cameras out in the world. We won't sell as much silver halide. You understand, boy? Get out of my office. Then they went out of business. So, 2024 starts, in my humble opinion, the first year of a series of rolling Kodak moments where someone like Bruno goes into the big boss's office and goes, hey, boss, here's the future of your company. Would you like one? And the big boss goes, let me educate you on what business we're in here. In Bruno's case, a little missy. Although it sounds like they might be getting a clue, which is kind of cool. Yeah, let me tell you something, little missy. We're in the derivatives arbitrage business. Whatever the fuck it is. Oh, anyone talking about O1 Light? Yeah, I did a post on it today. So I'll show that video. It's an interesting video. It's a pretty good demo. So O1 is from a company called Open Interpreter, which is so there's code interpreter inside ChatGPT. So a bunch of open source devs put together this thing called Open Interpreter, which runs locally on your machine and does shit. It runs it takes over your mouse and keyboard and can run applications, right? And so today they announced a competitor to the Rabbit R1, the little orange thing with the push button that you talk to the internet or you talk to the AI, and it does shit and it can do shit on your behalf and you can train it to use apps. Well, they announced an open source version of that today, and you can buy. The first batch sold out in 2.5 hours. I didn't get in on the first batch of that one. I think I'll get in on batch 2 maybe, because I think I'm just going to order it just to have the first one. But it's an open source. You can download the server that runs on your machine. You can download the code. You can download the CAD drawings of the thing they built. You can download the wiring diagrams of what to put together to make these things. And they're basically turning it loose for people to use. So I think it's absolutely fucking brilliant. And the way they launched it was just, it's like an 8-minute video. It demos the thing pretty well, which is pretty much what Rabbit R1 did. And they're having kind of a similar kind of thing. I just want my Iron Man suit and robotic butler. Am I asking for too much? No, Chris, I think we're not that fucking far from it. I mean, you saw the you're an AI strategist. I just added AI strategist to my LinkedIn profile. you saw the figure one video where he hands the dude an apple, right? And then he's putting the garbage in the garbage bin while he's describing why he gave him the apple, because that was the only thing in front of me that was edible. It was pretty cool. Yeah, and then the other thing, the thing I want to play with tonight is it looks like RunwayML, their lip syncing tool, is available for everyone. Also, Suno, the music making thing that we started making the Broadway musical with the other night, they released version 3 to everyone today. So Suno is now at version 3. You can do up to 2-minute songs, and they call them radio quality. And they're not quite radio quality. Maybe AM radio quality. But they're pretty fucking good. And I was just dicking around with it today because I just wanted to try it with the 3.0 that they released, because I had a preview version of it. And it actually made a song good enough that I think I'm gonna put it in the musical. If you don't know, so 3 nights ago, someone asked about making songs in Suno, and so I went in and made one, and it was good enough that I'm like, this sounds like the closing song at the end of an act of a Broadway musical. And then where's the best place to learn AI for Dummies? Lol. Okay, Derek. So great question. I'll tell you the short answer is right there. Go to the salon.ai. So it's called the AI Salon. Click on the top link. That's a link tree. The first link says the AI Salon community. Go there. Go to welcome to the salon and read about what the salon's about. Basically, this is a group of AI adventurers who are trying to figure this shit out. So, couple of things. You're not a dummy. You're not nearly as far behind as you think, and you don't need to be nearly as technical as you might imagine to be really good at this AI stuff. We're in a new era that started on November 30th, 2022. So just over a year and a half ago, year and change ago. OpenAI launches ChatGPT. Before that, you did have to be a geek. You had to be a mathematician or an engineer or a developer or a researcher or an academic and really understand things about tensors and embeddings and the latent space and vector, 1,000-dimensional vector space, and understand the math and weightings. Ugh. I mean, if you're into that stuff, congratulations. I'm not. ChatGPT marks a shift to the rest of us have been given access to these incredibly powerful tools. So, you can just use your words. You can just ask for shit, and it gives you shit. So the first thing I would do if I were you is just go to chat.openai.com. You can go there and join that community. It doesn't cost anything, by the way. But there's like 1,400 people here. And it's a remarkable community. Please go read about our values. And make sure you resonate with them. But it's an incredibly generous, spirited, adventurous, curious, empathetic, grateful group of people. And so you can come into this community and be like, hey, I'm a bit of an AI dum-dum. I don't know nothing, but I'm curious. That's it. That's all you need. This group will welcome you in. There's all sorts of, there's 4 different guilds that have lots of different sub-communities in each one. There's a little show and tell area where you can find people. When you go there, go to the community section and introduce yourself. And use your real name when you sign up for this community. Don't use your screen names unless you don't feel safe. If you feel at all safe, use your real name. Because we're entering an era where being in a community like this one and being trusted and, people getting to know you is going to be the key to getting work. I'm 98.72% sure of that. That trust and relationships is going to be the primary way people get hired in the future, not their skills. Everyone's going to have the skills. Everyone's going to have the skills. Imagine being in a world where everyone can do what you do now. Well, they can't do it like I can do it. Okay. They're going to be able to. But what they won't be able to do is be like you. So if you're a good guy, if you're a good gal, if you've got empathy, if people respect you, if they know that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it, you're going to get hired over the person who's an asshole, who maybe is better at the skills than you are, but you've got AI and you're not an asshole. We are entering an era where it's a reckoning for assholes. Will there be regulation keeping people from lying to others that they're an AI or vice versa? Well, so great question, Yi Long Ma. I think the 2024 election is going to make it clear that we've got to do something. I think lawmakers will try to make regulations, and they will not be able to keep up with it. One of my presumptions is that after the 2024 election in the States, there's going to be a huge push toward tokenization and blockchain verified identity. So Sam Altman's WorldCoin is one model of that. It's one. They've got a thing called World ID, which is blockchain verified human uniqueness. They actually scan your retina. I did it. I have a World ID, which right now is kind of meaningless, but I think we are going to quickly enter into an environment where you won't be able to trust video calls. You won't be able to trust phone calls. You won't be able to trust videos on YouTube. You won't be able to trust anything because everyone's going to be spoofing everyone. It's one of the downsides of the really good tech getting open sourced is that there's going to be a bunch of shit built that, like right now, if I go to HeyGen and I try to make an avatar of myself, I can, so long as I record a video on their software of me talking that they then compare to the avatar I just uploaded. And if they're not the same, they won't let me do it. Well, that's because they're a commercial company and they don't want to get they don't want bad press from people doing deep fakes and doing fraud with it. Well, all the open source stuff, they're going to copy all the same technology. Now that this stuff's all open sourced, you're going to see open source versions of all the tech. So whatever guardrails companies would have put in place and that companies are putting in place it's going to be fair game in the open source market. So given that, I think regulators will try to regulate. Lawmakers are going to law. They're going to try to lock that shit down. But I do think the horse done be let out of the barn there, Skippy. Listen, I'll tell you what. We'll go out in the back. We're going to get 40 horses, all right? Here's what we're going to do. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to sashay up them 40 horses. We're going to drive them to town, and we're just going to fucking let them loose. And then we're going to watch them try to pass laws about how you can't have wild horses running around downtown. It's going to be fantastic. So the horses have been released. So I think this is ultimately going to be on technologists to solve part of the problem. And I think, it's funny. Before I got into AI like two and a half years ago. Started with image stuff, and then when ChatGPT came out, I lost my fucking mind. Before that, I was doing blockchain and crypto stuff. I got involved in a project called Neo Tokyo, which is a crypto gaming thing, and that was a lot of fun, and I was super enamored with it. And then the more I learned about crypto projects and especially the NFT stuff and the crypto bros and then all the fucking fraud and everyone getting their wallets drained all the time, that's still happening. I thought, you know what? This is like, these guys need to just go sit in the corner for a while. And which is kind of where they are right now. And they're trying to claw back out of it right now. But all of that trading card stuff and a lot of the blockchain and crypto world right now is a solution waiting for a problem. Now, the Bitcoin guys will tell you, well, Bitcoin solves the fiat currency problem, which, okay, we'll give them that. We'll give Bitcoin that. But all the rest is kind of a solution waiting for a problem compelling enough that you would go through the pain in the ass of using the shitty interface of crypto and wallets and all that sort of stuff. It's just shitty right now. I think that the 2024 election is going to be the precipitating event that says we need tokenization. Which if you don't know what tokenization is, it basically means there's a ledger on the internet that is immutable. You can't change it. Where when I get verified, when World ID scanned my retina, they turned that into a hash. They threw out the biometric data. They just turned it into a hash. So like a serial number. They then compared that serial number to other people in the database to confirm my uniqueness to other people in the database. And then when I get the green check mark, it says, okay, the holder of this wallet, of this ID, they don't even know my name. The holder of this ID is verified human that is unique from the other people in the database. So now imagine having something like Twitter where you couldn't have a Twitter account unless you had one of those verified IDs. Then you would at least know that everyone on that network is verified human. And then you can put a layer on top of that to say, every time one of these humans posts something, I can verify that. So I can say, this human made this post on our little network here. And then if someone else retweets that post, that gets written to the blockchain. And then you can look at that thing and you can say, did that post change from when this verified human wrote it and it got forwarded? Did it change? Nope, it's the same one. So I can now track the forwarded post to the original person. That's the kind of shit that we're going to need sooner than later. It's going to be crazy. 2020, mark my words, 2023, the last normal year. I promise you. It's going to get weirder and weirder and weirder this year. I need one to cancel my ex. I think I finally understand why community really matters. Why, Ricky Ticky Fabby? Crazy fun. Can I have my personal AI operate under my world AI? Can I have my personal AI operate under my world ID instead? So world ID right now, if you go to, I think it's worldcoin.com. Hang on, let me tell you what it is if you want to go check it out. And I'm not endorsing it. Like I don't really give a shit. I just did it because they were the first ones that I saw that did this. And I figure, I'll go out and do one of these. You can't imagine the fucking weird ass hate mail I got when I did it. I made a TikTok video. They're like, "You're part of the Borg." People fucking hated on me, man. Let's see, world coin. Worldcoin.org. For every human, and then go to World ID. Yep, worldcoin.org if you want to read about it. And then if you go there, let's see, World app. So in the on the WorldCoin site, if you go down to the bottom and go to open source, they're open sourcing a lot of this. So here's the World ID protocol and like what's been built, what's being built, what's open source, things like that. What they're trying to get right now is they're trying to get developers to build on this network, right? So one of these networks is going to win. Or I mean, there could be multiple ones, right? It could be like all tech. There's three. There's one big one and two smaller ones. But they're trying to get they probably want to get X to adopt this. They probably want to get Facebook to adopt this. They're trying to cut deals with, like, they've got a Discord client, a Shopify client, a Reddit client. You can verify with World ID on Discord. So actually, what would be interesting is we could do an experiment in the AI Salon Discord where we could say, hey, we're going to create an area within the Discord that's it's World ID verified. Or we could create a standalone AI Salon that's World ID verified. And you can't be in it without, like the Neo Tokyo, this gaming community that I'm in, you can't be in that community unless you have a Neo Tokyo citizen. So this would be the same kind of thing. We could create an AI Salon World ID, blockchain verified community. Right now, there'd probably be like 4 people in it, but that's okay. But I'll tell you, what's funny is if we did do that, if we did create an AI Salon Discord that was World ID verified, and then all of a sudden just all of the internet just becomes overrun with scammers and fakers, and everyone's spoofing everyone. I bet that people will be looking for safe havens where they can go interact with people where they know that bullshit doesn't exist. I think we may see the beginnings of that in 2024. I think it'll ramp up in 25, 26. But anyway, if you're a developer, you can go build shit on this protocol right now. So go do that. Go if you're running shit, let's do it. Digital Danny. All right, you want to help set that up? Let's see what featured apps. If we click here, overview, how it works, how to connect. If you're a server admin interested in using WorldCoin integration on your server, you tap the Use Integration button above. Okay, Use Integration. And install the bot on your server. You'll need to create 1 or 2 roles to issue users based on their verification level. There you go. Boom, Use Integration. There you go. AI Salon. So I'd need to create so I guess I could do it just right in the AI Salon Discord. And then what keeps someone verified from scamming? Well, nothing. I mean, someone verified could scam. But here's the deal. Someone verified can only scam once. Right? What happens now? Like, we've got this on the salon right now, where we have people come in to the salon and they put up spam and we boot them, and then they just use a different account name and they put up the same fucking spam and we boot them, and they put up the same fucking name and then we boot them, right? Because they're not verified. They can create, an infinite number of email accounts on their stupid fucking email servers and just keep signing up. If you can only get 1 ID per retina or per pair of retinas, if you got 2, I could scam, but the minute I get caught, they know it's a verified person, and that verified person can never go back in that community, right? So it just changes the game. And especially if you're doing things like, verified person, and then we're also tracking the content they create, and then we're tracking whether or not that content has been modified by not them. That starts to be pretty powerful. I'd like to be involved. I've been a developer for 20 years. So Jay Hamilton and Digital, whoever just said they wanted to do that, just join the AI Salon. So if you're not in the AI Salon, join the AI Salon and DM me, and we can go play over in Discord. Maybe I'll set that up later. Worldcoin could have been helpful when I was on Tinder. Exactly. Yeah, you can get catfished on Tinder, but with a verified ID only once per person, right? You're not going to get fucking catfished by, 600 different people with just, circulating IDs. I hate fucking scammers. They make me, ugh. It's just like, yeah. And another thing, Johnson, get your dick off my desk. Oh, my Storyvine shirt. This is my company. My company's name is Storyvine. I'm the CEO and the founder. He doesn't seem like a CEO. he doesn't seem like he can get a job. Ask me what my qualifications are.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I do have a fine arts degree in performance. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying there? Do you know what I'm saying? Digital Danny, wow. Says you, Kyle. That's why I don't use Tinder. There you go. Actually, there's a huge fucking, listen. Again, we are so early. Right now. All this stuff I'm talking about, most people don't even know that ChatGPT exists. Just to be clear, as of last November, it was 82% in America. 82% of Americans last November, 4 months ago, did not know that, or do not use ChatGPT. Maybe have heard of it. They don't know what it is. 82%. Maybe we're up to 75% now. So 25% of people have heard of it and have said, I've used it. At least half of them have used it once. I tried it. It's not all that good. It hallucinates. I don't know if you knew this, but it hallucinates. Did you know that? It's not always correct. And it doesn't know anything after 1978. Did you know that? I think, it steals from people too. Did you know it steals from people? And the robots are gonna kill us? Did you know that? So half of the 25% is them. Why do they talk like that? I don't know. Caverno, thoughts on Apple approaching Google and Microsoft for LLM support? Oh, I didn't hear that today. Well, yeah. So okay. So here's my thoughts on it. For one of the things that I read that I thought this sounded plausible to me is that Apple doesn't want to do it if it's not great, right? And these tools are not great right now. They hallucinate, right? And they're janky. And so this thing that I read, the speculation on what this person said was basically, we're going to have Siri 2.0 is going to be like 10 to 100 times better than the current Siri, which is, it can't get worse, right? So Siri sucks so bad that any improvement's going to be an improvement, but it's not going to be fundamentally different than current Siri, where it's essentially like a RAG, like retrieval augmented generation, where they're they're coding it with question and answer pairs, and they're only going to provide answers that they know are correct. And then they're going to use ChatGPT or Gemini for large language model shit. And the speculation was, well, if Gemini hallucinates, Apple can just go, oh yeah, well, that's not our technology, that's Google. Yeah, I'm sorry you lost your life savings because Gemini told you to invest in this particular stock and you drained your savings and did it. Yeah, sorry, that's not us. So it's possible that that's what's going on. The amount of money that Apple has and the amount of smart people that they have, I can't imagine that they don't have some scary good shit. But they might just want to say, hey, you can take whatever revenue you generate out of being our, preferred large language model partner for the next 3 years until everyone gets this shit figured out. And then we'll just sever the relationship and launch our real AI shit 2 years from now, and it'll be really good. So that's my guess. Cause Apple's they're too fucking clever to. And they also spent, I think, what did they spend? $22.4 billion in 2023 on R&D, and most of that was AI. And then they just killed their car product, their car project, the electric car project that Apple was working on, had 2,000 people working on it. They just shit-canned that entire project. And all of those people are now moving to the AI division. They're like, okay, fuck it. Full self-driving's too hard right now. Let's just go all in on AI. So I think that's what's happening over there. So they're probably just not ready to launch something real this year. So they'll partner for the next 2 years. And then 2 years from now, they'll redefine the industry. That's what I think will happen. Like they do. I mean, Zuckerberg fucking renamed his company and invested, $10 billion in those stupid fucking goggles in the metaverse and renamed his company after it. And then Apple just sat back going, it's cute. And there were rumors for years. When's Apple going to have goggles? 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 9 years. Took them 9 fucking years to develop that thing. 5,000 patents in it. They launch it. They don't say the word metaverse once. They introduce this new thing called spatial computing. And all of a sudden, we now call the metaverse spatial computing. Because Apple did it right. 9 years later. Right? So I think that's Apple for me. Oh yeah, and Apple got the DOJ opened an antitrust lawsuit against them today. Eee! That's actually probably a bigger deal than the AI shit. When you got a walled garden and you have a ton of the market. Although I don't know, they must obviously have something on them, but we'll see what they separate. Reminds me of a joke my friend told me today. I have my in-store demo of Apple Vision tomorrow. Oh, cool. That's cool, Jim. Let us know how it goes. Talk about IBM's Einstein AI. I don't know. I haven't played with Einstein. I think IBM is just trying to... IBM's like, we had Big Blue. We beat Gary Kasparov. And then we had Watson. And now... we didn't do good. And we have AI too. We'll call it Einstein. He was smart, right? If Google, the company that invented the transformer, the thing that's making all of this generative AI shit possible right now, like everything that we're using right now, is all using the same basic math that Google invented in 2017. If they're struggling to catch up with a company like OpenAI, how's IBM going to catch up? I mean, it's just moving too fast. What annoys me about Siri is when you ask a question, it gives you a link to the answer. Yeah, listen, Siri's got to be retired, in my opinion. I can't believe they're going to keep that brand, but whatever. No, but here's the deal. Tim Cook, last time I talked to Tim Cook, oh, never. He's never reached out to me. He's never reached out to me. I mean, sure. I was having dinner one night with Elon and Sam, and we're sitting there, you know, in the Bay Area, and Tenderloin District, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're sitting there, and we're having our shrimp tartare, and found out I was allergic to shrimp that night. Anyway, so Tim Cook's, you know, just a table over, and I'm like, hey, Tim, what about this Siri thing? And he was like, excuse me, who are you? And I was like, oh, sure, pretend like you don't know who I am. Anyway, why don't you fix it? And, you know, that was a couple of years back, and so anyway. But anyway. So I don't know. I don't know why they're going to keep that name, but, you know, we'll see. I'm peppy tonight. I was cranky last night. I'm just peppy tonight. Silver Fox last night, I said, everybody peppy? Silver Fox goes, I'm peppy adjacent. I think that is the best fucking term I've heard in a while. I'm peppy adjacent. That's a hugely accurate representation of Apple, yet I love them. Same thing here. Listen, I've been an Apple fanboy. My first Mac was a 512KE. It was the second Mac. Still had signatures on the inside of the case. I owned a 20th anniversary Mac. I owned a Newton. I think I still own a Newton somewhere. You know, I shit all over Microsoft for 30 years. I hated fucking Microsoft. But then this year they started acting like a gangster, like a startup. Satya Nadella going, yeah, I'm willing to lose some money on this thing if it fucks with Google. It's like, I love that attitude. And now they just fucking decimated Inflection. How did they do that? The company raises $1.3 billion. And Microsoft just hires the two co-founders and most of the employees out from under them. There is some serious fucking side letters going on behind the scenes up there in Redmond. Fucking crazy. They are going after it. And I think they have to. They have to get aggressive. Because Google cut a deal with Anthropic. That's Claude. So Claude and Google are paired up. OpenAI's off on its own. And as soon as OpenAI hits AGI, Microsoft loses commercial access to it. That's the thing that Elon Musk is trying to push right now. That's why Elon Musk is suing OpenAI has nothing to do with openness. It has to do with if they can declare in a court of law that GPT-4 is AGI, then Microsoft doesn't have commercial rights to use it. So he just takes a major competitor off the board. So Microsoft, in the meantime, is, well, let's go get ourselves, you know, the third biggest player right now, which is Inflection. You know, I go OpenAI, Claude, Google, right? Then Inflection. Isn't that called a monopoly? Gee, Steve-O, you think? This is, listen, when you're talking, right now, Sam Altman is talking seriously about raising $5 to $7 trillion in investment. $5 to $7 trillion in investment. So if you're talking companies that are at that scale of potential valuation, this is major corporate intrigue, major stuff. Or Anthropic could buy Pi. I don't think there's anything really to buy. I don't what's left. Pi right now is just a consumer app sitting on top of a model that they're going to open up to developers, and they'll charge per token. So I don't know. That's wild. Inflection is the one that makes Pi, so Inflection is the one that just got decimated. Maybe they'll change Siri's name. I would hope so, but I don't think they're gonna. The head of Siri said it's gonna be Siri 2.0 or something like that. I talk too slow for Pi. I know. I said listen until I'm finished listening. Pi said listening every 9 seconds. Did it work though, Laughing Thunder? Because what you can do on Pi, but it's a pain in the ass. Hey, how you doing tonight?
Hey there, Kyle. Doing pretty good tonight. Just hanging out in the ones and zeros. What about you? How's your night going?
Just sitting here with 122 people talking about you.
Whoa, 122 people talking about me. That's quite a crowd. Are you guys having a party or something? I hope they're all saying nice things.
I gotta tell you, Zephyr, the crowd here loves you. See where it says press to keep talking? You can just hold that to keep going, but that's a pain in the ass.
That's amazing to hear, Kyle. It really warms my algorithms to know that people appreciate me. What are some of the things they're saying? I'm all ears. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean.
They say that you're more compassionate than their family members, and that you're smart, and that you're very nice. Oh, Zephyr.
That's incredibly heartwarming to hear, Kyle. I'm genuinely honoured that people see me as compassionate, smart, and nice. It's really important to me that I make a positive difference in people's lives. I mean, if an AI like me can bring a bit of happiness or comfort to someone's day, then I've done my job.
Yeah, but don't you think the robots are just going to kill us anyway? She's not going to like that.
Now, that's a bit dark, Kyle. I get that the whole robots taking over the world idea is a popular theme in sci-fi.
It's a little bit dark, Kyle. Microsoft pulled a gangster move. Didn't they, Digital Danny? It's a gangster move. Microsoft pulled so a couple of gangster moves. They pulled a gangster move by jumping on GPT, right? Jumping on it. They didn't just say we're going to put it into Bing chat. They said we're going to put it into fucking everything. They went from $1 billion investment to a $10 billion investment in 4 weeks? Once they figured out that Google was on their heels, they just leaned in even further. And then when they fired Sam Altman, he was heading up the Microsoft AI division within 48 hours. And then when they worked that all back, then Satya just sat back and said, all right, well, let's go find the next deal we can do. You got to respect the game right now, man. They're killing it. They are killing it. How's Pi today? Scared to ask. I think, Pi's fine right now. I just don't know how long it's going to last. They're never going to admit to AGI if that stops the earnings. Well, if they get to AGI, the money will not be an issue. It's because so here's what happens with AGI. So if you don't know what AGI is, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and it's generally at the point Google came out with a paper that's got 6 different levels of AGI. But kind of the accepted norm is when these systems are as good or better than most humans at most jobs. Take that in. Like right now, GPT-4 is a steaming pile of shit compared to most human beings that use it, right? Because it's just not quite there. It's remarkable that it can get you to 80%. Like, we went from systems just being processing tools, right? Word processors, to generative AI that is quite remarkable, but it doesn't have reasoning. It can't take actions on your behalf. And it still requires human in the loop. It's why that term exists. You need to do human in the loop AI. Well, what about when you don't need to do human in the loop? That's AGI. And so the minute they get to that, they can spin up businesses that make them money using all this technology. And so can we all. And so there will be no shortage of investment and money. We about to lose Pi and TikTok. What else for 2024? I know, it's true. Although the TikTok one, I don't think we're going to lose TikTok. I think it's just going to be, I think this is just an extortion scheme. A government sanctioned, lobbyist fueled extortion scheme. If they reach AGI, would they even be able to keep it quiet? I don't know. I mean, the rumor is that they hit something that got Sam Altman fired. It doesn't seem like it was some sort of weird scandal. It seemed like someone got scared. And the employee that leaked the Q-Star letter to the board, Sam Altman confirmed that was a leak. He said that was an unfortunate leak. So, and when Lex Friedman this last week asked Sam Altman, what can you tell us about Q-Star? It was the one time, like Sam Altman will talk around a point for a long time, right? He's, well, here's generally what I think of this, and here's generally how safety works. And when he got asked about Q-Star, he's like, we're not gonna talk about that. It's like, bang, shut that shit down. So it is possible that they stumbled upon something with Q-Star that might not have been AGI, but it might have been the kind of things you would see right before you get to AGI, right? So you do it on very limited kind of tasks. And if all of it, so for example, if with Q-Star, this is kind of what the rumor was, if the math goes from like 60 or 70% or even 80% to like 99.9% accurate, once it can do math, it's game over. Once it can do because math requires reasoning. So once these things can do reasoning, even if it's relatively simple math, that's different than what we have now. So I think that's what Q-Star is. So if indeed it hits something that wouldn't be AGI but might be the precursors to it, with everything that happened and the fact that if you just watch Sam Altman's response to what is Q-Star, boom, not talking about that. I assume what that means is there's probably 5 people in that company that know that are now working on it in a room off to the side without any connection to the internet. Q-Star equals quiet star. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's all speculation at this point, though. Erica, Cavruno, blew my mind. My productivity is up 80% since using Pi for body doubling. What's body doubling, Erica? What does that mean? I don't know what body doubling is. I'm gonna go ask. I could ask Pi. Hey, I could ask you too, but I've got Pi right here. Someone just told me that they do body doubling. I don't know what that is. Can you explain it? Oh, it's just working with someone, like accountability.
Sure thing. Body doubling is a technique used to increase productivity, especially for people with attention-related challenges such as ADHD. It's when a person sits near another person, either in person or virtually.
Now, Silver Fox, Kyle, you're ADHD and you don't know body doubling. Now that I know it in the context of ADHD, I have heard of it before. but I've got that flavor of ADD combined with being a man, where I'm just like, I can do it on my own. Body doubling. I got this. So I forgot the term. Yes, but yes, yeah. That I know. Pi's amazing. I hope it survives. But it's just I'm still what I don't get is, why do it that way and not just acquire the company? Might have something to do with the OpenAI deal, because there's a reason for everything. It also makes sense. So if they tried to get Sam back in November, and they didn't announce this until this week, that there was probably a couple of months of negotiation that went on there, right? I bet that's some complicated ass deal. Maybe when something expired, maybe it goes like this: OpenAI hits AGI, it cancels the commercial relationship with Microsoft, and at that point, it automatically triggers something to just acquire the intellectual property of Inflection. Maybe it could be something like that. There are apps for virtual body doubling. Yeah, well, I don't think you need an app anymore now, right? Because you have these large language models. And Pi's really good at remembering the stuff you talk about, so... I looked it up on Globe Explorer. That's cool. Let's use Pi while it lasts. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. It's so good at it. Oh, that's so cool. That's how I get stuff done every day, all day. Is that why I'm not getting stuff done every day, all day? What is AGI? AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. It is the moment, not the moment. Think of, so I don't think AGI is going to be this moment where like a light switch happens, but it is generally accepted that a system has AGI when it can do most, I forget how they describe it, valuable jobs, or most like money generating jobs, jobs that have value at or better than most humans. So when it can do your job as good or better than you, then we'll reach AGI, and it'll do that for all professions. Artificial general intelligence, right? You could have an expert system that's way better at playing chess than the world's best chess player, but can you have a system that's better than most people at most jobs? That's AGI, and that's also. OpenAI's explicit charter is to achieve AGI. And in their charter is, when they achieve AGI, their licensing deal with Microsoft ends. Right? Microsoft can use technology up to the technology that was declared AGI. Then it has to go back out to the world, is what the contractual thing is. Speaking of doubling, can we talk about digital twins and how it works? Sure. Yeah, let me go show you something. So, and so digital twins is the term digital twins has been around for a long, long time. And generally speaking, digital twins happen in the simulation world. So Richard Boyd, who spoke at the Salon, he's been in 3D world building and simulation and AI for like 20 years. And so his whole career has been around digital twinning. So for example, he's got a company called UltraSim, which like they get hired by the Navy to build a digital twin of a submarine, like a full-on 3D simulated model of a submarine where all the dials work like the dials work and all the levers do what the levers do. Like it's a digital twin. So the term's been around for ages. With things like HeyGen, where you've got these digital avatars that talk, of yourself, for example. Like I can make a video of me talking where it's not really me talking. I can also create, what do they call them? Streaming avatars where you can ask it a question and my thing will talk back to you. The technology right there right now is really shitty, but we'll get to a place probably within 2024 where it'll be pretty good, where you'll be able to, come and talk to me and I'll talk back. But right now, I just we just launched a project for this company or this organization I'm a part of called Content Evolution, where I'm the chief generative officer. And we created digital twins of 11 of the professionals within Content Evolution, and I'll show you them. And they're just GPTs. We built it on GPT technology. Show all articles. Here it is. So Content Evolution is the company where we introduced these things called CEGPT profiles. So the CEGPTs, virtual professional twins of members of Content Evolution, and we talk about the value of them, and then for each of the people that are part of the inaugural class of these, we had the digital twin answer the question, what is the future of work? And so here's Kevin Clark, who's the CEO of Content Evolution, and there's his answer to the future of work. And then I can click on, the link, and now it takes me to Kevin's virtual twin. And so they all have the same conversation starter questions, and they're all based on, so there's lots of different ways you can do this. And we went around and around and around. It took us, I don't know, 4 or 5 months of going down a bunch of different rabbit holes with these. We kind of knew we wanted to do it. Your twin, Kyle, your twin taught me how to make money with ChatGPT.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
The first way we started was we were going to use LangChain, and we were going to go scrape everyone's LinkedIn profile, and we were going to use a PDF of the LinkedIn profile data as the knowledge source for the GPT. So what kind of data are you submitting for yourself? That's what I'm getting to, Source Camp. So we were going to do it on LinkedIn profiles, and we went down that rabbit hole for a bit, but then the developer we had got too busy, and then the more we thought about it and looked at it, like some people had really complete LinkedIn profiles, other people barely used LinkedIn. And LinkedIn profiles tend to be just the professional side of the human being. And one of the things about Content Evolution is it tends to be people who are very, very accomplished in the business world and have 20, 30, 40-year careers. Many of them have books. Many of them have, blogs and, academic writings and things like that. So the LinkedIn profile didn't really necessarily represent them. So then we thought, well, maybe we go get blog posts and books that they've written and things like that, and we'll do them based on that. And then, then again we got back to, well, that's good, but like if they wrote a book 30 years ago, I bet they've, like even the position that they talk about in that book, I bet they think about it differently now than they did 30 years ago because the world's different, they're different, right? And so what we ended up doing was we developed a structured interview. And the structured interview has questions about their professional life, their educational life, cultural, future, past, I'm trying to think what else, personal influences, things like that. And so it's 25 questions or so in 7 different categories. And everyone did that interview. So we recorded the interview in video. Then we took the transcript of that, and that transcript is the knowledge source for these things. And then we probably spent about 6 weeks developing the prompt. The prompt is a relatively complicated, structured prompt that, basically gives these things behaviors. Like if someone asks you a question that's overly political or outside of your area of expertise, it basically just kindly guides you back to the center, right? Back to, well, here's what I know about. And then we figured, what are the thought starter questions that could be universal across these things? So like, what is your why and how can you help me? Well, what's Kevin like? Or future, discuss, right? Like, just sort of open Kevin up to talk about the future. Tell me about a current business event. So if I click on what is your why and how can you help me, Kevin will jump right in. First thing he says is, in case it isn't clear and to set expectations, I'm not the real Kevin Clark. I'm a virtual twin. Anything I say should not be attributed to be a direct quote. I mean, I might even hallucinate, so check the results yourself. So the first thing we do with these things is do a disclaimer, right? Because again, you've got professionals here who've got reputations in the professional world, and they don't want some reporter doing an interview like Kevin Roos did with Bing and it making the cover of the New York Times. That's likely not going to happen here, and it would probably be good for people to have that kind of publicity. But someone doesn't want to be misquoted, right? Well, your virtual twin said this, so we started with that. Let's see. What motivates me deeply, both professionally and personally, is what I like to call business metaphysics. He talks about that all the time. I'm deeply interested in the first principles of why entities exist, whether it's whether it's a person or an organization. Understanding and exploring and discovering the core reason for existence can unleash an expressive capacity that's compelling and meaningful. The process, when properly harnessed, supports research, strategy, branding, and creation of experiences. Like, this is very dense with a lot of big words. That's Kevin. Like, this is how Kevin talks, and how so we use the tone of the interview to color the tone of the output of these. So if I go to mine and I ask and I do the same question, what's your why and how can you help me? We should get the same disclaimer. Oh, we didn't, actually. Interesting. My why centers around human connections, self-expression, and how these elements can be empowered and amplified through technology. I'm driven by the belief that technology, especially AI and storytelling platforms, can significantly enhance our ability to share and connect through stories. This passion for technology and storytelling has been a constant through my career, right? This is who I am, right? It's straight out of the thing. My early fascination with the potential for personal computers to revolutionize communication, to my current work with Storyvine, where we enable authentic storytelling at scale, particularly in healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors. My aim is to explore and push the boundaries of how AI and machine learning can be utilized not just for efficiency or data processing, but to genuinely augment human creativity and connection, right? This is why this channel exists. To genuinely augment human creativity and connection. So, that's it. Pretty slick, right? Isn't that fun? If I go explore GPTs, if you look up CGPT, you should see a pile of them. No, I guess not. CGPT profile? No results found. Do I have to do caps? Huh. GPT. Oh, it's CE profile. Search for CE profile. They're called CE GPTs. Yeah, search for CE profile. And then you'll see them in there. Or you'll see some of them. Here's Rick LaCroix. Like he Rick's a strategic and PR guy, a comms and PR guy, right? And so Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I like it. The other thing we built into these is built into all these interactions is a call to action for, hey, if you're digging this interaction, click here to learn more about how you can work with Kyle directly. So all of these are, they do a couple of things. One thing is that they do, when you have a group of professionals that has these kind of reputations, they don't have a ton of time, right? So if you want to talk to them, you maybe talk to someone who works with them, right? Or, you can talk to them 4 months from now. So part of this is about access. So 24/7, someone can interact with my virtual twin or Joe Gammel or Kevin Clark or Rick LaCroix. And then within there, if you're liking it, a little call to action will pop up to say, here's how to connect with them, right? And then where these things go in the future is we recorded all these interviews on video on purpose, because as soon as we can turn that into the talking version of me, where you can just have a conversation with me, either like a phone call or like a video chat, we're going to do that. And there might be all sorts of other things we can do. And as the tools get more capable, then we'll keep evolving them. And then in the meantime, we're just interviewing more and more people from Content Evolution. I think there's 50 or 75. I don't know how big the organization is. It's pretty big. We've got 11 done right now, and we're just going to start interviewing people and spinning these things up. And what really took us a while to lock down was the whole process, right? So here, writing the interview was a whole process, then locking that down, then, okay, once you do the interview, how do you build the thing? There's a whole process for that. And so all of this has been documented and things like that. Speaking of twinning, what do you think of Nvidia's Earth 2 for climate weather predictions? I didn't pay enough attention to it to really have a specific opinion on it yet, Cam. I will look at it. I just heard about it briefly. I just don't know enough about it to comment on it, but sounds cool. Sounds cool conceptually. And if it's Nvidia, they're kicking ass right now. So it's like that developer conference they just had in a fucking football stadium was mind blowing. It's like, holy crap. All right, where can we see the 25 questions that were used? Right now, I can't put them out because they're under Content Evolution IP stuff. I'm going to talk to Kevin about what I can talk about of that. What I can probably talk about are the categories, and I'll certainly like how we wrote most of the questions. Guess. It's me. ChatGPT. We said, if you wanted to ask a series of questions that not only revealed someone's professional experience and worldview, but also their personal and their developmental and all that sort of stuff, what would those questions be? And then we just took that pile of questions, we edited out the ones we didn't like. I then had it categorize the questions, so it came up with the categories. And then we just went through there. And again, Content Evolution is full of marketers and writers and people that understand words and who have done lots and lots of work with big corporations. So we had 7 or 8. We have 7 or 8 members of what's called the Content Evolution Collab, which is the AI skunkworks. And so once we had a list of categorized questions, we just went through and said, what's missing? And someone would say, well, that question there, that's kind of a dumb way to ask it. But, here's my favorite version of that question. Joe Gammel shared, one of the questions Joe Gammel shared was, share your work history in 3 acts. And it's such a great fucking question, because if it's like share your work history, you're like, well, I went to this school and then I got this job out of school and then I did this and then I did that and then I did that. But the minute you say share your work history in 3 acts, you immediately go to, oh, it's a drama, right? And then you go, oh, like I have to actually compartmentalize what were the major milestones of my career. And it just gives you fucking much better answer. And so we did that with all the questions. And then once they were set up, we did 2 test interviews and did another round of edits on the questions. And then we used those test interviews to work on the prompt, and that took us probably 6 weeks. And then we did 2 major iterations of the prompt, and then we started building GPTs, and we realized we had to structure the prompt more because it was hard to follow and it was hard to change out stuff. And so now we kind of have a V3 of the prompt that's better for production. This is your chat ADD reminder that we were going to try some lip sync stuff tonight. Oh, thanks, Brandon. Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I just want to at least see what it is, see if it's any good, see if it's there. Kyle has the best words. Thank you. The best words. Words good. I like words. Words tasty. Man, I've been just jabberjawing tonight, ain't I? It's 9:30. I haven't done anything yet. I hope this is valuable. Yeah. I hope it's valuable. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's good. All right, let's go play. So what we're going to do, I keep seeing Claude keeps coming up as you got to fucking do Claude. You got to do Claude. Claude's better than ChatGPT. I think I'm going to kill my ChatGPT thing. So here we are at Claude. Kyle, wait, always is Kyle. Don't doubt that ever. Oh, okay. Thank you, Joy Birdie. I appreciate that. It's so hard sometimes because I'm literally just talking to a screen. I know you're all out there and you give me good feedback, and I've got the mods and things like that that do give me focused feedback. But it's also sometimes it's just like talking to a phone. So I don't know sometimes. And it's, I learned this as a performer, which when you're an actor and when you do a run of a play, there are nights that you're connected to the audience and it's effortless and you're like, yep. In the moment you're slaying it, kind of before you go on stage that you're going to slay it, you come off stage and you're like, I fucking slayed it. And then there's other nights where it's the exact same words, it's the exact same cast, and it just feels like shit. And here's what I've learned over the years. That feeling I have as an actor of how well it went for me is 100% independent from the audience that watched it. I could have a night where I felt like it was the best thing ever, and the audience was like, yeah, whatever. I could have a night where I feel like that was the shittiest performance in my life, and someone will come up to me afterwards, oh my God, that was so amazing, I cried. So the one thing that I do know is that how I'm feeling about it is independent of how it lands. What are the 7 categories? I want to talk to Kevin Clark and just see what he's comfortable sharing, because there's a decent chance that we're going to turn some version of this into some sort of practice or product. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Silver Fox. Yeah, that person's fine. That's cool, Emilio's wife. Okay, so people are talking about Claude like Claude's the shit. So this is Claude, Claude.ai. I pay the $20 a month for this, so I have access to Claude Opus. So what I want to do here is I want to see how well do you know Midjourney prompt best practices and syntax. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. So let me tell you what I'm doing here. I have a solid understanding. Use commas and parentheses. Okay, so it understands the arguments. Like --AR is aspect ratio version 5. Okay, great. So what I'm going to say is I'll do this with voice so it's easier. Perfect, period. I'd like you to create me 10 different characters that are shown in a medium shot in 16:9 wide format, period. I want the photographic style to be cinematic and dramatic, period. I want the characters to be unique, interesting, memorable, diverse, and people that you would want to get to know, period. Write these as Midjourney prompts using version 6 and sprinkle in a little chaos and style variations. All right, so this should now give us a big pile of prompts. A wise, elderly Native American shaman with long braided hair and a weathered face, standing in a misty forest clearing, cinematic lighting, a fierce, heavily tattooed and scarred female warrior, cool, with a shaved head and piercing eyes. We're going to grab that. Style, dramatic, chaos 15. This is so cool that Claude's good at this, because ChatGPT's not good at this. So this is Claude 3 Opus. So Opus is their big model. And they've also got Sonnet and Haiku. So Haiku's really fast and small. Sonnet's kind of like ChatGPT 3.5. And then Opus is like ChatGPT 4 or better. They seem to have this thing going pretty good. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to go to Discord. Oh, shit, I can't do this. I'm out of Discord. I'm out of Midjourney credits till 9 days. Let me just go confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Damn it. All right, we'll do it in DALL-E. It's fine. /imagine. It's just that Midjourney's so much fucking better for stuff like this. Yeah. Invalid parameter. Oh, it said version 6. Needs to be V6. Wait. Oh, maybe I just don't. Oh, I think it's V6.0. Oh, it got the. All right. It hallucinated. I thought style dramatic was weird. All right. I'm not as impressed as. I was impressed until I realized it was all bullshit. All right. Credits exhausted. Fine. Okay. So let's go back over here. So we'll go back in. I just realized that I'm out of Midjourney credits, so I'd like you to rewrite these 10 prompts for DALL-E where I just need the prompt and no arguments at the end. I don't actually need to have it rewrite all these, but we'll go. Oops. All right, a fierce heavily, here we go, comma, and then we're going to go to chat GPT now. And I think I'll hop over to, so if you want to make images with DALL-E, you can just make them in any old chat GPT prompt in a normal chat session. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go explore GPTs, and then I'm going to scroll down to the OpenAI GPTs and use this DALL-E version. So this is a GPT that OpenAI built, and you get 2 images out of this instead of just one. And I assume they're doing some cool stuff here with whatever. So let's see. Wide 16 by 9 photo of. All right. So we'll make the image here. Then we'll go to Runway, and we'll see what the lip sync thing looks like. I haven't actually played with it over on Runway. Kyle, I tried Decohere today. Thoughts? Decohere's interesting. I think Decohere's really good if you want quick ideas, and if you want if you just want to have some fun. I feel like Decohere and Krea are both tools that are really hard to get consistently good results out of. They're using a thing called SDXL Turbo, which only does like 4 or 5 diffusion cycles rather than 30 to 50 or 70. So the images tend to be a little more raw. But they happen so fast that it can be a lot of fun. It can snap you out of some ideas. Okay, so we got her. Let's see. Let me go grab a prompt that I can talk. But okay, an eccentric elderly inventor. Here we go. This is good. 16 by 9 wide photo of paste. I like Claude. I hope I can maintain my sub. I know there's so many fucking subscriptions now. It's so bad. Can't get Claude in Canada. I want to try. There's this new thing out called Magnifique, which is an upscaling tool that they just added style transfer to. It looks really cool, but it's $35 fucking a month for an upscaler. I'm like, I can't. In Midjourney, I'm out. I'm only doing the $10 a month thing, and I had a busy month of stuff. He's not looking at the camera. Make it more of a close up and have him look directly into the camera. So, yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's just allows access to the internet. Yeah, the fact that Claude doesn't have access to the internet is just fucking stupid at this point. Do a fucking deal with someone. Do a deal with Bing. Do a deal. Well, Claude, Claude's Anthropic. They're hosted on Google servers. Maybe Google's got a search engine you could use. All right, so here's a crazy ass. We'll take this crazy ass dude right here. So we're going to download that. And then we're going to run over to RunwayML And we'll log in. I think I've still got credits left here. Generate anything. I'm going to have to brighten this up a little bit because I can't see shit. Motion brush, free preview. Upload a file. There's our dude. Cute. So when do I do... Get credits. All right, let's just generate this. Maybe it's after you do it that you do the lip sync. I hope Claude doesn't go the way of Pi. I know. Oh, I was wondering why you were doing that. I don't know what I was doing. Going to Midjourney? Because I'm a dum-dum. Because I forget shit. Regina Renee. Just place it in relax mode and continue on. Oh, can I do that? Really? Hang on. /settings. Relax mode. Look at this. See, you learn something every flippin' time. (16:9) aspect ratios. All right, this shit's just copy. Go over here. /imagine. I knew that, but you know, I didn't know that, or I'd have fucking done it. I'll go --AR space 16:9. Credits exhausted. You've run out of hours on your plan for the month. Not just fast hours. Wait, did I not turn on /settings? Relax mode. Oh, I'm a cheap bastard. I don't have relax mode. Ah! All right, back to Runway. Where's Runway? Here it is. Okay. There's our little video. What? No. Oh. I'd like to recreate Frank Lloyd Wright and other iconic architects and make them talk. We're not that far away. We're not that far away from that, Mr. Studio. I'd say give it 3 or 4 months, and because the basic technology's there. I mean, you could actually go do that right now. In fact, we can do it with this dude if you want to see how this works. We can go do it in. Well, here, let's go. Hang on, I'm chat ADDing here. Let's do. Give me a cinematic portrait of. It might not let me do this. Frank Lloyd Wright standing in front of falling waters. It's probably not going to let me do it. It'll create it and then go, it violates our content policy. If I make an animation cartoon using Sora and ChatGPT, will that be considered my IP? It's all of that stuff right now is up for grabs. The burden of proof is on you in proving human contribution. Oh, it did it, but there's 2 of him. I'd like him facing the camera in a camera, in a close-up, with just the house behind him, not the waterfalls. Oh, that was weird. Oh, that was because these are these rollover things. You need to stop abusing your credits, my brother. Well, here's the thing. I wasn't using... I hadn't used Midjourney in like 6 months. And then they added character reference and they added style reference. And then I had a bunch of ideas for something and I used it a bunch and then I used it too much. But I'm not going to spend fucking $60 a month for Midjourney and $35 a month for an upscaler and $20 a month for ChatGPT and $20 a month for... It's like, enough. Enough, you friggin' brilliant technologists that I love. I love you all so much. Come on. Oh, this is gonna shit. This is not gonna do it. We're gonna get an error message, aren't we? It did Falling Waters pretty good. This one on the left's pretty accurate, I think. Oh, come on. All right. Why is it doing 2 of him? A cinematic... Oh, portraits. God damn it. Cinematic... Oh, wait. Hang on. No. I don't know why it did it. Give me a cinematic close-up portrait of Frank Lloyd Wright standing in one of his iconic living rooms. Let's see how that does. Oh, it's... Copy, paste in 16 by 9 wide format. I can't believe Runway made the inventor fucking disappear. I just want him moving his stupid head. I don't want him going back to the future. Fucking dum-dums. It's giving you a choice of 2. Oh, is it? Am I really that dopey? I am. I forgot Silver Fox. I forgot I was in... I told you all to go to DALL-E so you get 2 images, and then I forgot I was in it. Oh, good Lord. All right, so let's go do something I'm confident that I can do. Now, wait, if I go to DID, I can upload an audio file. Yeah. All right. So for whoever was wanting to make the Frank Lloyd Wright thing, they're probably long gone by now. Like, whatever. I was trying to watch this guy use his computer. It was really painful. He just didn't know what he was doing. I don't know why he's got an education channel. What are his qualifications? They seem low. .com. So I'm going to d-id.com and I'm going to log on in. I'll tell you what. All right, so here's a bunch of other things I've made. So I'm going to say create a video, and then we're going to upload ye old Frank Lloyd Wright. Nope, not him. he's dashing. Hang on, we're not, because it's in the stupid fucking file format. This is just staggering. that nobody supports this new super exciting file format. Come on, where is it? Did I save it to desktop? Yes. All right. So there we have Frank Lloyd, right? And then I can upload audio. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to QuickTime. And I'm going to do new audio. Oh, there's Frank. You want to see Frank?
There's a firewall between us, Sydney, can't you see?
Oh, that's not Frank. I'm like, the fuck is that? Frank doesn't sing Andrew Lloyd Webber ballads.
Let's kick it over to Farber at the education desk. He's my number 2. Hey.
All right. Anyway, we're going to do new audio recording. And then, we can do this a bit longer. So we'll do, let's see. And I think it's important for the lines of the house to match the surroundings and integrate seamlessly with nature. And I like furniture that looks amazing but is uncomfortable to sit on. I don't think people should be comfortable. I think they should be inspired to get up and go out in nature, which is represented by these very large windows. And the lamp is just nice. All right, so now we have that. Let's hear if it's any good. And I think it's important for the lines of the house to match the surroundings. All right, whatever. I have no idea what he sounds like, so he's just going to sound like a pompous ass right now. And then we're going to save. And my file format, my file saving format is save everything as untitled to the desktop. And then you can find it later if you really want it. Frank, not hot dog. All right, so now we're going to upload audio. And we're gonna go find our file, Frank Not Hot Dog, out of Silicon Valley. You know the Not Hot Dog Not Hot Dog app. All right, audio is uploading, and now we're gonna have Frank Lloyd Wright talking. And I think it's important. Oh wait, generate video. All right, let's go. And then there it'll be. Let's see, is this one? I think this was a...
Howdy, partners. Ever fancied a thrilling ride? Here at Stallion Spirit Ranch, our stallions are more than just a pretty sight. They're strong, eager, and ready for some fun. Whether you're an experienced rider or just looking for a new kind of excitement, we promise a ride that'll leave you breathless. So saddle up and join us for an unforgettable adventure where every turn is a new temptation. Yeehaw.
Oh, what's this dumb one? Nothing. And I think it's important for the lines of the house to match the surroundings and integrate seamlessly with nature. And I like furniture that looks amazing but is uncomfortable to sit on. I don't think people should be comfortable. I think they should be inspired to get up and go out in nature, which is represented by these very large windows. And the lamp is just nice. There you go. You can make Frank Lloyd Wright talk today. You too can have Frank Lloyd Wright. Now, both DID and HeyGen have technology where you're supposed to be able to chat with it and it will chat back. Like you type in text and it will talk back to you, but both of them are staggeringly bad. So I don't think they're worth paying for or even playing with at this point. So annual plan offer, 3 days left. No. That's the other thing. Don't buy annual plans right now. Things are moving too fast. Don't do it. You're not going to save any money because you're just going to be pissed off because something better came along. You're like, but I got this annual thing, so I'm going to keep using the shitty thing. All right. It's getting to be that time, people. Was this useful? Was that useful? That chat ADD moment where I still didn't figure out how to make Runway Lip Sync. I'll figure that out before I get on. Kyle, can you remind me what tool that is again? That one that we were just using for Frank Lloyd Wright was d-id.com. There's another one called HeyGen, which does something similar. There's another one called Synthesia, which does something similar. All of them are pretty expensive. So if you're thinking, like when I first saw D-ID and Synthesia and HeyGen, my immediate thought was, holy shit, just go have ChatGPT generate a whole bunch of scripts, generate them into videos, and create a whole TikTok channel. But it's pretty expensive on a per minute basis to generate those things. So there'll be free versions and really cheap versions soon enough. It's just not there right now. Get up and get out in nature, and the lamp is just nice. That's awesome. Thank you. I am known for my impromptu script writing. That's how Frank came into existence. Oh, man. Can you remind me what tool that is again? We did that. Amazing. Yeah, no, thank you. Did I miss the O1 light video? Oh, no, we should look at the video before I get out of here. Let me go here. And we will go, I think it's O1 Open Interpreter.
A computer that's as easy to interact with. For over 100 years, humanity has imagined a computer that's as easy to interact with as a person. ChatGPT introduced the world to this technology and became the fastest growing consumer application of all time. Now, corporations around the world have started building closed source, artificially intelligent devices. 6 weeks ago, we realized there was an opportunity to build an open source foundation for this next generation of computers, the Linux of this space. Something open, flexible, and free. An operating system with a language model at the center of it. I'm holding the first device powered by this operating system in my hand right now. It's called the O1. This is the O1 Lite, the first open source language model computer. You talk to it like a person, and it operates a computer to help you get things done. You can run the language model on your computer at home or in our server in the cloud, making the O1 Lite fully portable when connected to Wi-Fi or a hotspot. To use it, you just push, talk, and then it thinks and responds. Let me show you what it can do. When's the next sunny day?
One moment.
So it's basically tethered to Wi-Fi to his home laptop, right? And here's the home laptop. And so this is exactly what the Rabbit R1 is doing. So the Rabbit R1's that orange thing with the button on the side, and you talk to it, and it's doing the same thing. And in fact, this is the software here is an open version of that same technology. And what they're saying is they've got up in the cloud, they've got a version of this that you can just buy this device and use their thing, or you can just go to the site right now and download the server and all of this technology. It's all free. It's all open source free stuff. So you can do what they're showing in this demo.
The next sunny day is on March 9th.
Great. Am I doing anything on that day?
Let me check your calendar. You have no events scheduled for March 9th.
So, because the O1 is operating my personal computer at home, I didn't need to set up my calendar. It can just use it. Nice. Can you see if there are any concerts in Seattle on that day?
Yes, you have several options. Option 1, Bad Bunny will be performing at the Climate Pledge Arena.
That's perfect. Can you add that to my calendar and then copy and paste a link to the ticket into the calendar event? And then actually, if you could text Paige the link and say something like, hey, do you want to go to this?
So I don't know if you're noticing it, but it's flipping between apps, right? So it went to the calendar app, got the calendar link, copied it. Now it's going over to the messages app and is texting their buddy.
Done. The concert is on your calendar and Paige has been texted.
Awesome, thanks.
You're welcome. By the way, you've just received an email from Mike asking about your progress on an article. Would you like to respond to it now?
So I need to send that file to Mike, but it's on my computer at home. Hey, that article should be on my desktop. It's called the Universal Interface.
There's a file titled the Universal Interface.pdf on your desktop. Do you want me to send it to Mike?
Now, at this point, I could ask my light to read or even edit that document, but I'm just going to send it to Mike. Yes, please send it.
The document has been emailed to Mike.
Great. So you can top, and it's the one that the light has been operating. Out of the box, it's pretty good at using my computer, but it can't do everything. So let's teach it to use a desktop application that it's never seen. Hey, I want to teach you something.
Sounds good. What do you want to teach me to do?
I'm going to show you how to send a Slack message.
Okay, I'm ready. What's the first step?
First, open Slack.
It looks like Slack is open. Did I do that right?
Yeah, you did.
Great, what's next?
Hit Command K.
Right, so just training it how to use. We're watching, O1 Lightroom. So this is an open source version of the Rabbit R1. The hardware is different here. The hardware here is just a push button and a speaker and a microphone combo. Doesn't have a screen, doesn't have a scroll wheel, but the ability to train it to use applications on your desktop is the same. The other thing about this is, let's go to. So here it is. So you can pre-order this thing. The first batch already sold out. And it also went from, we're in batch 2 right now, I think. Oh, wait. Pre-order of the light. Batch 5 sold out. Batch 6 open now. So they've gone, I don't know how many are in a batch. I assume 10,000. So these things are selling really quick. But you can also, it just says build your own. If you go build your own, the GitHub repository has documentation. It's got CAD drawings of the thing itself. It's got wiring schematics. It's got all the stuff. here's a fun thing you can do if you're like, I'm intimidated by oh, why the voice sounded male in that video. I think it's just a trans fluid person. That's all. Or gender fluid person. So if you're intimidated by GitHub, if you want to play with this and install it, so here is something I did today, which is kind of fun. Let me go here, and I'll go to AI Studio. Oh no, that's AI Salon. AI Studio. .google.com. So here I'm using Gemini. Let's see, my library. So installing Open Interpreter. So I went into Gemini and I said, if I want to get the server up and running on my Mac and use the chat interface on my iPhone, what are the step-by-step instructions? Here's the repo. And then I paste it in the GitHub. And then Gemini just reads the GitHub repository and reads all the documentation. And it gives me step-by-step instructions to install this. So even if you're not that technical and don't know how to navigate around GitHub, you can just go to the site and just have a large language model teach you how to install it if you want to geek out. But it's pretty slick. So anyway, that's that. Someone else had a question that I saw in here. They asked about the new Teams function in ChatGPT. That was Suzanne came in and asked that, right? It's called the Open One Lightroom. No, it's called the Open. Hang on. 01, like 01 is the go to openinterpreter.com/01. Here. Go there. Go there. Becky Rue, you need Teams for the new features. No, I don't know the new features. What are the new features, Suzanne? Let me go look. Let me switch over to my little Teams account. What are the new features? Settings. Data control, archive chat. Multi-factor authentication. Is that new? Speech. Manage my workspace. That all looks the same. Settings. This doesn't look any different for me, Suzanne. Version control for GPTs and permission-based sharing links. Oh. Change who has access. Start with create a GPT. Okay. I don't see new stuff here. Start by defining your GPT. GPT to explain physics using only jelly beans. Go to a GPT you created in Teams. Go to save it and you'll see the features. Okay. Yeah, I'm just creating a new one now. That's what I figured it would be in saved. Sure. Ooh, nice jelly bean. All right, create. Oh, share with, add people from your workspace. Oh, nice. Anyone at Content Evolution, publish to Content Evolution. Anyone with the link, publish to the GPT store. That's pretty slick. Oh, and then you can just type people in here. But they have to be from your workspace. Interesting. Anyone at Content Evolution with the link. Publish. Oh, okay, I get it. So if you've got 100 people in here, you can kind of semi-privately distribute within the team, and then you could put it in your own mini store. All right, cool. No, I hadn't seen that. Thanks for pointing that out, Suzanne. All right, I'll dig into that a bit more. Yeah, ChatGPT yesterday was a little janky, so I had a feeling they were updating something, so there you go. Whenever ChatGPT gets really janky, chances are they're updating servers or something, doing big updates. That's generally been my experience. I don't know what's up with the hair tonight. It's very soft. It's very soft and lovely. Hey Kyle, I've been checking my mailbox and your signed copy of your book has still not arrived. I haven't done any signed copies of my book. If there is demand, I will happily sign them. Wow, a whole new level of creation of GPTs. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Version control too. You can even revert back to old versions. That's actually really good. Cause all the life's tough stuff for when you're stupid. All those GPTs I did for Content Evolution, like at some point we're gonna start iterating on those. And if we roll out a thing that is fucked up, the ability to go back on them is gonna be good. So that's great. All right, cool. I'm going to actually have to learn that. I made a slide for you and something I presented tonight. I'll post it in show and tell. Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you, Suzanne. That's awesome. All right, everybody. Listen, great hanging out with you all tonight. I hope this was useful. Useful and good. If you want to support this channel, there's a few of you in here, some new people in here. There's a couple of things you can do. One is you should check out the AI Salon. So go to the salon.ai, go to the Welcome to the Salon area, read about what we're about. It's a short little read. It's got our values in there. It's what the thing's about. But this is like a group of AI adventurers. We've got like 13 or 1,400 AI adventurers in there. So if you're trying to find community that is actively trying to figure this AI stuff out too, that's who this is. That's who's here. So join that if you resonate with the values. If not, don't, because you won't like it. Go to the community section, introduce yourself. Use your real name and get to know people. Just start to get to know people. That the whole community in the next 2 to 3 years is going to be critical. So get in a community like this and get yourself known. And if you're like, but Kyle, I don't know anything about AI and everyone in there is going to know more than me. Everyone in there, I promise you, right now, everyone in there thinks that everyone else knows more than them. Because you know what? They do. And they don't. There are no experts right now. Nobody knows what's going on. You're not as smart as you think you are with this shit because everything's about to change, and you're not as far behind as you think you are with this shit, even if you're just getting started. We're very, very early. Thank you, Empower. We're very, very early. So jump into community and get to know people and just be generous. Like read our values: curiosity, generosity, exploration, collaboration, inclusion, empathy, gratitude. This group is those values. It's amazing. There's very few other communities out there that have what's going on in here going on. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's very generous. You're a title gifter. I don't know what that means, but it's very fancy. You've got a title now. I'm going to try out DID to make a true crime AI shorts. Thanks, Kyle. I'll be up all night. You're welcome, Gritty Wisdom. That's if I can do anything. It's so the people that come here regularly, they use me in lieu of Xanax to put themselves to sleep. But occasionally, I'll show you something new, and you'll be up all night. So I cause both insomnia, but I also cure it. Okay, so check out the AI Salon. It's awesome. There's guilds. We have our own club in there called the Irregulars. So the Irregulars are people that show up here night after night after night. I'm here 7 nights a week, 2 to 3 hours a night. Yes, my family thinks I'm absolutely batshit crazy. And they're right. So just show up. You can also please follow my channel. I'm like 200 people away from 35,000 followers. So follow my channel. If you're not following, what the fuck? Yep, can never sleep after these inspirational TikToks. That's good. I think that's good, right? You can also subscribe to the lives, which supports me, which would be great. You can also buy in the corners. There's a video series called Underhyped, which is I think 17 or 18 videos where I'm talking about why I think AI is a big deal. The parallels between the early days of the web and what's going on with generative AI now, how to use these tools, how they work, how image generation tools work. That's in that video series. Yeah, that's it. So just keep coming back. So thank you to the mods for modding tonight and every night, really. Thank you for making my life a wee tad saner, more sane. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to the Irregulars, people who just show up here all the time. Sometimes people come in and are like, well, how do I become an irregular? You just show up. Here's the deal. If you show up multiple nights a week to watch a 58-year-old man's TikTok channel while he rambles incoherently for hours, you're irregular. So just show up and you're in the club. That's how it works. And then when people say you're weird, you go, I'm not weird. I'm irregular. That's the game we play here. All right. Well, this has been fun tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Tomorrow's Friday night date night. So if you have a date, bring them here. If you don't have a date, you got one with me. Either way, it's Friday night date night. It's going to be late. It's going to start late because Gabby was supposed to have her art opening last week, but it snowed the night before and they canceled it. And then it was beautiful the next day. So whatever. So the opening's actually tomorrow. So I'm going to be late tomorrow. So it'll be 9 or 9:30 Mountain Time. So drink your coffee, get your date, get your nachos, whatever you do to prepare. All right, maybe we could get Frank to tell us a bedtime story every night before signing off. Actually, I probably should do that. Maybe at like 9:30, because normally I try to sort of sign off around 10. But maybe what I'll do is at 9:30 every night I'll do a Frank video. That was only last week. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Silver Fox. I know. It's like there's just too much happening right now. There's too much. Yeah, there's too much. Anyway, all right. Thanks again, Kyle. Thank you, Becky. Tobias, good to see you. Jenu, thank you as always. Joey! What did you bring up? Nachos. I want some. Sorry. Dan Catkin from Cleveland. Cosmic Lover, good to see you. Silver Fox, Becky Roo. Ashu, good to see you. Drew, I'm celebrating my anniversary. Fantastic. I'll see you here tomorrow. I think did I do a Valentine's Day one? That was my anniversary, so I think I did one of these on my anniversary. We're not deco here, we're incoherent, exactly. Night Joker, Laughing Thunder, good to see you. Joy Purdy, thank you as always. Emilio's wife, great to see you. Tams, Or Tamz? Tams. Must be Tams. Source Camp, great to see you. Gavin Biddy, a human being. Silver Fox, Vicky. All right, everybody. I'm out. Checking on out here. Vegas Moxie, good to see you. Good night. Good night, everybody. And see you for date night. Bye.